Hello once again, I'm Extra Life. I'm back from my summer travels. I'm here in San Francisco and it is already Fleet Week here, so I have been listening to the sound of jets flying overhead all day and waiting for a good time to record this video. Speaking of sounds, I have got a new camera. This is the old one. It suffered a fatal boating accident and has some saltwater damage, so I have a new model that's almost exactly like this one, but this one has got an external microphone input, so hopefully in upcoming videos I sound a little bit clearer. I spent most of the summer up in Washington State, out on the Olympic Peninsula, where I was doing some family stuff, helping my brother fix up an old house. I also took the opportunity to get involved in a very different project, which if you're following me on Patreon, you will have already seen. I reached out and got in touch with someone I've been watching on YouTube for a while. His name is Leo. He's got a channel called Sampson Boat Co that I will link to down below. And his project is quite unusual. He has a 1910 gaff cutter called Tally Ho that he is restoring from the ground up. And if all of that is gibberish to you, don't worry, it was to me too. I still don't know very much about boats, but I was really interested in the woodworking and construction aspects of the project. And while I was up there, I got to do a whole lot of woodwork, which is great. It's just what I was after. Got to do a little bit of sailing, a little bit of fine woodworking with hand tools and precision stuff, and a whole lot of big, large-scale boat framing with some really incredible tools, some beautiful wood, southern live oak, and some wonderful people. So I was on the assembly team. We essentially took the rough-cut futtocks from the yard. They came in, and then we would precision cut them on an enormous bandsaw with a rotating head called a ship saw. It was about 100 years old. And we would assemble these frames using this very old-fashioned process called treneling or tree nailing. And I won't go into the details, but if you're interested in that, I'll put the links down below and you can watch me swing a mallet for hours on end for putting these trenels into the frames and getting the pieces all lined up. Speaking of tools and wood, I've actually picked up a couple new items. This is a hand plane that I recently restored, and hoping to do a little bit more fine detailed woodworking with this in the future. And I also picked up some wood. This is southern live oak. These are offcuts from the frames that we cut out on the ship saw. You can see they've got bevel angles on two sides. You know, some of these are cut out because they've got defects in them, and when you're building a boat, you end up having to use the strongest, clearest grained wood you can find, because what matters is the strength of the frame. It almost brought me to tears to see the stuff that we were just leaving on the floor, the quality of it. So I couldn't leave it all there. I brought some back with me. I think I'm going to try and make some small tools out of these scraps, because this is really, really hard wood. It almost doesn't get any harder than southern live oak. So if you have any ideas about what I should use these for, let me know. Since I got back to San Francisco, I've been keeping myself busy with some other projects. You can see I've rearranged some of my tools, and I'm doing the same with my electronics bench. I have been doing some restoration work. I have been doing a whole lot of work on the Super 16. I'm just about done now with the firmware for it, so I will be making a release on GitHub for that and showing that off in a new video really, really soon. I'm so excited to share that with you because it's been a long journey and the project is really finally almost complete. Before I go, I want to say a big thanks to everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. It means a lot to me to have your support, and it means that I'm able to make more of these videos more frequently and spend more time on them. And if you're interested in getting a little bit of bonus content and seeing videos before anyone else, you can head over to patreon.com/extralife and become a supporter today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that update. Click the links down in the description to see more about all the stuff that I've been working on up in Squim. And I'm really excited to share more about my other projects with you soon. So I will see you next time.
You have to get a shot where there are no humans involved.
Just a parrot on the boat?
Take it off.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm running away.